Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on this episode. We appreciate you. I'm Josiah.
I'm Chris.
And it's good to see you. Today we are going to talk about all sorts of evergreens. We have a big sale going on.
We do.
Why don't you tell us about it?
We do. We're going to have 20% off of evergreens, all of our evergreens and shrubs through the month of December and January.
Yeah.
So you can have some stuff to plant in your conifer garden or something green for the winter.
That's really good because everybody can figure out right now, because everything's basically sticks. So they can just walk out in their landscape. You can see if you have a bare spot or whatever and see where you need some color.
Right.
Well, we have that and 20% off. So, hey, if you didn't notice behind us, we have pavement. So now we are totally wheelchair accessible. So we're pretty excited about that, especially up here in the front area. And so that's going to be a lot nicer for people.
No more big rocks.
Yeah, no more big rocks. And you know what it means for me?
Less dirt.
And less filling in potholes.
Yeah,
so I'm
less
pretty
holes.
excited about that. Awesome. Why don't we get started? We're going to go talk about some evergreens in the back.
All right.
All right. All right, Chris. Well, we've got some of our favorite shrubs and small trees picked out here.
Yeah, we do.
Why don't we just talk about these? So we picked these out. These are things that we use in landscapes a lot. Or customers ask for a lot. There's some pretty popular items right now, mainly because they'll give you color. So where you have bare spots in your yard right now, it's a great time to go out and look where you might be lacking in the landscape for evergreens, but some different colors. So I've got these kind of categorized. We've got a few different colors here. We've got reds, yellows, blues, and just some greens. Your basics here. But just something to give you that little spark in your landscape. So what do we have right here, Chris?
We have some lemon burst arborvitaes, some golden mops, some false cypress. These are all great for winter yellow colors, amber colors in the winter. In the summer they're real lemony, and in the winter they get real amber. Of course, they are evergreen, so they're not going to lose their leaves. They just change color a little bit.
Yeah, that was a lot brighter this spring. And now
Yes,
it's got kind of that, it's like a honey color.
It is. It's
Kinda
darkened
like
up quite a bit. It comes in really lemony and gets really, really pretty in the fall.
It's very different. Now that one only gets what, about 5 foot tall?
Yes, it's not very big. It's 3 to 4. Yes, 4 to 6 and 3 to 4.
But it has this color in the spring and the rest of the time.
Yes, it's real lemony.
Yeah, and it'll turn back to that in the spring. Now the difference between, this is your golden false cypress, and then I have your gold mop. And so the difference between those is really just size. So where these ones will get about 8 to 10 foot tall and wide, so it actually gets a pretty tall shrub. This one will only get about 4 to 5 foot tall and wide. So if you have something, it stays a little bit more compact, but also wispy towards the outside. This is your jantar. So this is actually a lot like the lemon burst, isn't it?
It is. It's just a bigger variety.
So this one gets about, what, 10 foot tall?
Yeah,
okay.
So get tree tall.
So if you like the emerald green is a really popular variety here in our zone. If you like that one, this stays compact like that, but this one only gets to 10 foot tall and I think, what, 5 foot wide?
Yes.
So it doesn't get very big at all, but still a great way to get some color in your landscape. And then we've got things like the euonymus. Now the euonymus, those get 6 to 8 foot tall and wide. And now this one is it has that yellow kind of golden variegation, and then we also have the white variegation as well. Now these we've included. Yes, sometimes they lose their leaves, euonymus do. This variety is a semi-evergreen, so it will keep its leaves if we don't have a hard winter. If we have a hard winter, it'll just lose its leaves and they'll come right back in the spring. But we are including our semi-evergreens along in our sale with our 20% off. And then we have the nandinas. Why don't you talk about the nandinas?
The nandinas are beautiful for fall foliage. You can see here this heavenly bamboo nandina will get really, really red in the fall, and it will produce berries. It still has the green underneath and the really beautiful foliage on top. So it's one great for winter color.
Yeah, we actually sometimes they'll put off berries and we like to use those in arrangements or put them on the table. They look really good. And then the Gulf Stream over there. So the Gulf Stream keeps a little bit better color with the green, but the cooler and colder that it gets, you'll get more reds, orange, and yeah, it is compact. It only gets about 3 foot tall and 3 foot wide, but gives you some great color. Then juniper. I'll go ahead and talk about this one because this is one of my favorite junipers. This is the Andorra juniper. The Andorra juniper, it only gets about 4 foot wide and about 1.5 feet to 2 foot tall. But it actually starts off this color. So in the spring and in the summer, it's this kind of sea green color. But in the fall and winter, it turns a burgundy. And now it's just started to turn burgundy. This will get a lot brighter, but it's a beautiful evergreen that can kind of cascade down. Then we've also got our sea green juniper. The sea green juniper is awesome. Now, I know this looks cute and adorable right now. This will get big. It does get about 6 to 8 foot wide and about 6 foot tall. So if you don't have the space for this, there are some other options that we don't have up here right now that you can still get that same look. But also your Andorra juniper will look like that with that bright green. It just stays a lot lower and then turns that burgundy in the winter.
All right, this here is our Montana moss.
Love that one.
We use this a lot in landscaping for what they call lodge style.
Yeah,
because it's in the blues and it's really pretty in the winter, and it gets 2 to 4 feet tall and wide, and so it makes a great evergreen for your landscaping there.
And I love pairing that with the yellow. Just because
it's a really
of the
good contrast.
It makes the yellow stand out and gives us a duller blue, which I really like, or just even throwing in some red. Those 3 colors right there are a mainstay, so love those ones. All right, well, we've got some small trees. They are small right now, but some of these are gonna get pretty big, so you do wanna be looking at the tag to be checking out the size. So you've got the blue moon juniper right here. Why don't you tell us about the blue moon?
It'll get 20 feet tall and 8 feet wide, so right now it is very much a baby tree.
Yeah.
If anybody's looking for tree seeds or baby trees, then this is one to start with. You can definitely watch it grow and take pictures with it every year. It's going to be a really pretty blue tree for you.
But these grow pretty fast. The ones that we picked out here, they do grow pretty fast. I do want to start off by saying that these right here, they actually started in a quart pot, about this big, not very big. If you know what a quart pot, nursery pot looks like, you can kind of get an idea. But this one is just, it got just from one season. I mean, so this is your American Pillar Arborvitae. And so it starts off like this, a little bit wispy, but actually right back here, I've got some fuller ones. This is what you'll be looking at. And this is kind of like the Thuja Green Giant, right? Yeah, Thuja Green Giant, where the Thuja Green Giant gets really big. It gets about 25, 30 foot tall and about 12 to 15 wide. This one's gonna get about 25 foot tall and about 5 foot wide. I do have some of these planted at my house. This is a beautiful tree. And then we've got the, this is called the Thin Man. The Thin Man doesn't get very wide. I think it gets about 2 foot.
It's a lot smaller.
Yeah, about 2 foot, 2.5 foot wide. So it doesn't get very wide at all, but this does get about 15 to 20 foot tall. PW, Proven Winners, they do a great job on these, but your Thin Man. This one is the Sting. So if you like, again, the emerald green arborvitae, it has that look, or like the North Pole arborvitae that Proven Winners has come out with. But this is the Sting. The Sting, I'm gonna have to look at the height on this. Okay, so this one gets 15 to 20 foot tall, but this one only gets 1.5 foot wide at most. So yeah, it's like if you like the Italian cypress, but a little bit thinner, it'll kind of have that look to it. And then Chris, I'll let you talk about this one.
Yeah, this is the Haywire.
This is
one of my favorite evergreens. I have wanted one of these ever since I first saw them. To me, they're like the evergreen of weeping willows. They're well wispy and beautiful, but they do get big, and they grow pretty fast. But they are just very feminine looking, wispy evergreens. So if you really want an evergreen but you don't like the heavy bulky look, it's going to grow into a big tree, but it's going to be soft and wispy for you the whole time.
Now this does take a very good pyramidal shape as well.
It does grow into like a regular tree shape, but it's just really pretty and wispy and has beautiful color.
So I saw these a few years ago in a Proven Winner catalog, and I was like, okay, what is this? And so we ordered these in, and when they came in, again, they were in these quart pots, and it was just this little, it looked like
little wispy
looked
thing.
like that in a pot, and I was like, what is that? That's disappointing. But just in 2 seasons, it's filled out to this, and it's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. Love this tree right here.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
So again, we've got 20% off of all of our evergreens. We are including our semi-evergreens, so that also includes things like rhododendrons, some of the azaleas, magnolia trees, and many, many other things. Also, along with that, we also have the buy 3 trees plant for free.
We do.
So if you're getting 3 evergreens and they're 20% off, evergreen trees, you also get the buy 3 trees and we plant them for free. So you'll get that included. So that's a pretty good deal on that.
Pretty good
20%
deal.
off,
Yes,
and
it
we'll
is.
plant it for you.
That is a good deal.
So we just got some more evergreens in. Again, all of our evergreens, with these being 20% off, this also includes these guys. And so this is the blue Atlas cedar. You've heard us talk about these many, many of times, but these are such a beautiful tree. Fill out really, really nicely. And then our blue arrow juniper. The blue arrow juniper is going to get about 15 foot tall and 2 foot wide. So if you have a smaller space, need some height, this is a great tree. Again, with the frosty blue, it's a beautiful, beautiful small columnar tree. A few other things, pardon the mess. Like I said, we just got these in, so right here, I'm gonna pull this guy out. This is your high graphical bosa. So it's like your Colorado blue spruce. Now, Mark calls this a spruce on a stick because it's grafted this way. It's beautiful. This ball fills out to about 4 foot tall and wide off of the graft. And so it's really cool, has some good interest. These poor guys, they're still tied up, so we'll be cutting those open. But we've also got some lower growing, so you can get some better interest in the garden. More of the Jantar amber arborvitae that we were talking about earlier in the video. And then we've also got these little gem. This is a lot like the bird's nest spruce, but little gem spruce. Just some more really pretty evergreens to look out to get some color in your landscape. So awesome. All right, everybody. Hey, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Rockwell Farms Garden Show. If you have any questions about anything we've talked about or need some advice or ideas in your landscape, you can leave a comment down below this video and we'll answer those on this show. So awesome. Thank you. We'll see you next time.